Hi you guys, so it's your girl Winter King and I'm back with a new video. So today's video is going to be a lot. It's going into me going deeper into my emotions and my feelings and my mental health at the same time, all in one video. Please beware of moments where I'm probably seeming a little stuck or nervous because I'm very anxious right now. My anxiety is off the roof, but I really want to get this story out. So let's start by saying this is a new video that I'll be doing of the story time of what happened in my past relationship and how it affected me mentally, physically, and emotionally. Before the video starts, I just want to say that me and my ex, we are in a better space now. There's no hatred, there's no bad blood between us. I'm very healed from the situation. Because this story time is going to get deeper, I just want you guys to know that I've healed and I've forgave her for everything that happened within the last year. Again, if you are new to my channel, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a heart with the band-aid over it if you guys are watching my video and enjoyed it. I want to get my story out to the people that's going through a breakup, that's in a relationship that's toxic, that's in a relationship where you guys been together for years and it feels like you guys have to stay together because you guys only have known each other. It comes a time where sometimes you just have to let go, because if you hold on, like, it'll mess you up mentally, like, or emotionally and physically. Let's start by saying August 5th, 2018, me and my ex got into our relationship. Everything was going good. Everything was smooth. It was never a time that we weren't together. Like, we were 18, living life, just having fun. Years go on. We dated for going on 4 years. Basically going on 4 years until May 22, we broke up. We were still seeing each other here and there, not a lot, not how we used to. And it was moments where I would text her, I would, try to like pop up at her house and stuff like that, because I felt like that was my girl. Like, I wanted to be with her. That's the only girl that I knew at the time. But she was like pushing me away. Like, started to like literally beg to be in a relationship with her. Like, literally beg to be in a relationship, to the point where I started losing myself, but I didn't know I was losing myself. So I'm gonna skip to June 2022. I was going through a job training. I became an airline ticket agent. So she was there from the beginning, from when I first did the interview through half of my process to like before I started the job fully. So I would have to take tests, I would have to go to training every single day. Like, it was a lot. And to get out of that training, to make it to be an airline ticket agent, you had to pass a test. So picture going into the field, being in a relationship, to now going through training and going through a breakup. I would be at training, looking out the room just so I could go to the bathroom to cry my eyes out, to come back into the room and act like nothing ever happened. It was very, very hard. It wasn't easy at all, but I did. Clap for me. Yeah, I passed and I became an airline ticket agent. The moments that I'm at work, and like I said, I'm an airline ticket agent. I had to be around people almost every single minute of the day. Be around people. It was moments where I wanted to cry, but I could not cry because, again, I'm around people. I had to, keep a smile on my face, even though I was broken inside, mentally and emotionally, very broken. Fast forward again. Now, this is where life hit me. July 2022. So July 1st, everything was going good. I was fine. I remember, again, I didn't have my girl. I was still texting her nonstop, trying to figure things out. So she had texted me in the middle of the night, explaining to me about a situation that happened. And I'm there for her, listening to her, giving her advice. I wrote her a long paragraph and I went to sleep. Because I didn't want to wake up and it wasn't something I didn't want to see. So in the paragraph I had, asked her, like, can you take me back? I'm sorry. Can we figure things out? Basically, like a long paragraph, expressing my feelings, expressing my love for this girl. She ended up saying, no, forget everything. basically. Like, she was moving very cold toward me, and wasn't the girl that I once knew, like once knew at all. So I wind up losing my mind, y'all. I lost my mind. Like, I felt useless. I felt worthless. Like, I felt like the person that I knew forever, basically, just, you know, pushed me away, basically. Like, pushed me away, didn't care about me, didn't want to work things out, didn't want to try at all. Started crying and crying and crying, to the point where I felt sick. I felt like giving up. I texted my mom and I told her, Mom, I'm tired. Like, I don't talk about a lot of things. I'm getting emotional. Darn it. I don't talk about a lot of things, and I'm ready to like go. I'm ready to go into a psych ward because I need a moment for myself and by myself. I did not want to hear what nobody had to say, because nobody knew how I felt inside. Nobody knew how I felt mentally. Nobody knew how I felt physically, because the only thing I ever did during the whole breakup was go to work, come back from work, and like sit in my room and like literally cry all the time. Cry. Mom is texting me and she's like, I'm sorry, y'all, it's a motorcycle going by. But she's like texting me back and she's like, what's wrong? Like, you don't talk about anything with none of us. Like, what's going on? So, you know, I told her, like, I just need a mental break. Like, I'm tired. Like, I was literally tired. Like, so tired. Felt like my world was like falling apart. So my mom wound up coming to pick me up. She asked me, like, was I okay and stuff like that. You know, sometimes you have to fib and, you know, tell your parents you are okay, but you're not okay. You have to fib to your friends and tell them that you are okay because you're not okay. Because, you know, basically the strong friend. And that's always who I've ever been. Like, I've always been a strong friend. She came to pick me up. I packed, I got dressed. I packed some stuff because I just knew that I was going to stay over and, like, stay. But I just didn't know the process. So my mom finally drops me off at the ward. And I go inside. And I'm in the waiting room. You have to like sign your name. So I'm in the waiting room, and basically the people was asking me like, what's wrong? I said I need to go inside a psych ward. Like, I lost everything. Like, I feel like, you know, this might sound crazy, but I feel like killing myself because I was so mentally messed up. They called me to the back. Once I went to the back and I seen how they lock the doors and how you gotta walk through another door and they lock another door, I was literally stuck. Like, oh snap. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I need this done. Like, I need to have time to myself. I'm literally taking off my shoes, taking off my clothes. They're giving me clothes. And this ain't no regular clothes that you used to walking down the street. This ain't no regular clothes where you sitting in your house and you looking, you know, calm, fit. No, this is like hospital clothes. This is like clothes that is just like neutral. Everything is neutral. So again, they open the door, put me in like a room with multiple rooms though, locks the door. So now I'm sitting there laying down, because there was a little bed. I'm laying in the bed and I just start crying again. Because I cannot believe that I let a relationship take over my mind. Like, I could not believe that. So I was just looking up at the ceiling. I was just like crying and stuck because it just didn't feel right, but I just knew that I needed this. Time went on, doctors came in, they asked me what was going on, like why I wanted to be admitted. I volunteered myself to come in, or did like somebody call the people on me, but no, I told them that I volunteered and that I just needed some time because my mental was messed up. It's a process. So you have to like sit in a room. So I was sitting in a room. You're able to watch TV. I was watching some TV, but again, my brain, my mental was gone. So I was just literally like just stuck in the room, like thinking like, why did I let this girl why did I let this relationship get to me? Like, why did I do this? Why did I wait so long to get help? Why did I wait so long to speak to my family and my mom? Before all of this happened, I have my best friend, Janae, right? She did not know anything that was going on. Again, I did not want to tell anyone what was going on because I did not want to hear, don't go, don't do this, you're making the wrong decision. So I didn't tell her until I literally walked inside the hospital. And once she replied back, and then she called me, and again, she called me and she was crying. And once she was crying and she was like, no, don't do it, I start crying because it's just like, I hear you and I know that you'll be there for me because she's a God-fearing woman. Like, she'll pray over you. Like, she'll do everything in the book. But at the time, my mental was so gone, I did not want to hear it. Like, you know, us getting off the phone and stuff like that, I had to like give them my phone. Again, you can't have no phone, you can't have nothing. So I'm in the room by myself. Now it's time for them to transport me over to the building that I was in, to the unit that I was in. And when I was driving to the ward, I was literally, because you see the outside world. Like, you see the outside world. We're driving on a regular street. And I'm just like, I cannot believe, again, I'm going to constantly keep saying this because I cannot believe I let, like, a relationship take over my mental. So now we get into the building. And first we walked into the wrong unit. And I'm looking around, like, literally looking around. And I'm like, nah, this is crazy. Like, this is not for me. Like, but again, I needed the time. So when they said, they was like, oh, her name is not on the list, like, she's not supposed to be in here. So now I'm like, whew, because I was nervous, and it hit me like right then and there. Like, you just walk into the unit and you see people all around, you see people looking at you and stuff like that. So I'm like, whew, I got another moment, like another minute to get myself together, to gather my thoughts. So now we're walking down the hallway. Again, how it is, like, you walk through doors, they lock you, like, they lock the doors behind you as you walk through the doors. You gotta wait in the middle for them to open up another door to go through to go to the unit. So now I get into my real unit. I walked in, and this one, like, it gave calm. Like, it literally gave calm. But then you have moments where you had people yelling, you had people screaming and stuff like that. But it just didn't give how the last unit gave, where they were loud. And I walk in and everybody's just looking at me again, and I'm talking to the nurse. Shout out to the nurses, shout out to the mental health workers, shout out to my therapist that was inside of there. You guys really helped me get through. To do blood work, I have to, what else I had to do? I had to get more clothes, I had to get essentials. Ask me again, like, why was I in there? You have to tell them how many tattoos you got. Do you drink? Do you smoke? You have to, like, literally get into full details about your life. Now it's time for me to go inside of my room. So the lady woke me to my room, and at the time I was in a room by myself. There was nobody in the room. I didn't have no roommate, no nothing. So I just had a moment to myself, and she was like, pick your bed. So I picked my bed, and I laid in my bed, and I cried and cried and cried. Because now, this is the real deal. Now, I'm realizing that, I mean, not even realizing, I'm contemplating with myself, like, did I make the right decision or did I make the wrong decision? It was my reality, literally my reality. You couldn't see out the window. The bathroom didn't have doors. It had, like, some foam type of, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was foam. Like, you could literally pull the door off. Bathroom didn't have no handle to flush the door. You had to, like, push a button. The shower, you couldn't, like, it didn't, like, you had to, like, it was like a little circle thing. Like, you literally had to, like, hold it like that to turn on to the hot water. The sink, you had to put your hand under, like regular ones from, like, the restrooms in public, you had to put your hand under. But yeah, that was my room. Just 2 beds, no TV, space for days, a window, but you can't see through it. And that was my reality. So fast forward, I was in the psych ward for 10 days, 10 whole days. It's within the 10 days, my mom came to see me, my sister came to see me, and it was to the point, I never told them this, but because they watch my YouTube videos too, when they came to visit me, I wasn't myself. Like, it was like I felt bland. Like, I enjoyed seeing them because, again, I'm around all of these other people that, you know, have psychiatric problems and stuff like that. But to see my mom and to see my sister, it was just like, I'm happy that you guys are here, but at the same time, I feel numb inside. I just didn't feel like myself, like, at all. Even to the moments where my sister came and seen me right after my mom, and like, I couldn't even talk to my sister. Like, I could not talk to my sister. Like, and if you know, me and my sister are like this. Like, we're literally like this. So it was like, to not be able to literally sit, my sister sitting in my face and not talk. Like, I was talking, but I wasn't talking. Like, I wasn't able to have a conversation because I just felt like stuck. Like, and even when it came to like my mom coming to see me too, like, it sucked having my mom coming to see me in a psych ward. Like, who wants to see their child in a ward? Who wants to see their child going through something like this where she could have helped me, but I just did not speak? So that was a little hard. And like, even when it came to like my other siblings, knowing that I was in there, like, it was a bit hard because like, I never wanted them to see me like this. I never wanted them to see me at my lowest. Like, the hard part about being in there and like being the Beyonce of the family, at her lowest, like, somebody took control over my mental, basically. That's where I messed up at too. I messed up having my ex still coming to see me. I didn't learn my lesson. She was still coming to visit me. She was still, you know, bringing me food. We were having good conversations. She was meeting my friends that I met in there, because I met some good people in there. There was one day that we were sitting, this was like almost close to my discharge day. I was sitting in there, she came to visit me, and we're sitting there talking. I wrote her a little letter, like a letter on how I felt about the whole situation. But I wasn't gonna give it to her until she was leaving. So now I'm sitting there, my mental health worker, they were young, so they were like, you know, be in the waiting room while we have visiting hours and stuff like that. And one thing that one of them said that stuck with me is that, like, you gotta realize, like, you're in here and she's in the outside world. You don't know what she's doing. You don't know what she's telling people. You gotta like focus on yourself while you're in here. And from that moment that he said that, I was like, you're actually right. Like, you're literally right. Like, I made the decision because of how she was treating me, because how she was acting, to come in here and to get myself together, to have this girl still coming to visit me, still being on the phone with her, and still keep keying with her, knowing that I need to get my mental together. I'm gonna lie to you guys, my mood switched. Like, I was being really cold to her, you know. I was telling her, like, you know, I don't care, like, F you. Like, I was really being mean because, again, it was reality. Like, I'm trying to get myself together and I'm still having this girl come around me and being on the phone with me, and she could be doing whatever she wants to do outside. I didn't want to give her the letter no more. Like, I didn't care to give her the letter because it's like, all right, Winter, now you have to get yourself together. Like, forget how you feel or you felt. Like, just forget it. Forget about her. She's outside having fun. You're in here having to have curfew, rec time. We could go outside, but we're going outside until they tell us to come back inside. We're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like, on a schedule. Like, I can't just wake up and be like, oh, I'm about to go to get some food real fast, or I'm about to get on my bed and walk outside. No, once you're locked in, you're locked in. Like, you don't have to go to bed right away. Like, you could sit in the, like, in a waiting room, not the waiting room, you could sit in a rec room, have how long you want, but it's no going outside. Like, even outside, like, even when we're inside the courtyard, you have a gate that's like high above you. Like, even if you try to climb, you have to climb like a spider to get over. And who's doing that? Like, literally, who's doing that? But I'm walking her to the door, not fully to the door, because it's like a line where it tells you, like, you cannot pass that. Like, there's no passing. So I'm telling her, like, you know what, forget it. Like, I'm not gonna give you the letter. So she's like asking for the letter and stuff like that. So I'm like, no. So, you know, not to cause a scene. I'm just like, no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. So she wound up grabbing it out my hand and just left. It's nothing I can do. I can't run. If I run, then I'm gonna get in trouble. If I run, I probably would have got a shot or something. So it's like, I can't. Fast forward, now the 10 days is over. Within the time that I was in there for the 10 days, I really experienced a lot. I experienced some fun things. It might sound weird. I experienced some fun things. I met some nice people. The staff were amazing. My therapist, again, amazing. The food, I'm not even gonna lie, it was trash. Like, it wasn't something I was used to. Like, I was always used to my sister cooking at home. So to go in there and to have to eat what they give, it was just not it some days. Like, nah, I wasn't it some days. So that's one thing. But my experience overall within the psych ward was, you know, it was really good. Like, the stigma that a lot of people have that goes on inside of the ward is like very different. Like, it's not really that same. Yes, you have people that really have, like, you know, psychiatric problems. Like, you know, I even was cool with somebody that, you know, that was bipolar, that was schizophrenic, that was manic. It wasn't like the worst experience that I ever had. Like, it was literally a learning experience, and, you know, it was good. Because the video is so long, I'm gonna do a 2-part story. So this is the first part of what happened to me during my psych ward experience, before and after. Make sure you guys leave a heart down with the band-aid in my comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And when you comment, you could either give me some advice, some confessions. You could, you know, interact with me so I can help you guys. You guys can help me as well, because again, this is all a learning experience all over again. You know, finally opening up, because usually I don't really explain to people what happened in my past relationship and what happened to me after. So this is the first time me publicly telling people what happened to me. So again, this will be part 1 of the story time of what happened to me. Part 2 will be coming out very soon. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll be back with part 2 soon.